we have to start to look at accountability a little different than I think most of us do. When we think about accountability, I think for most of us, if we're being honest, is something that we run away from, and instead of something that we value. And here's why. Here's a couple things I want you to consider after watching this video. To me, accountability is facing the reality that you're living. And for most people, it's just too painful for them to confront their own reality. So therefore, they avoid facing the reality. As an example, stepping on the scale, looking at how much money you've actually earned this year, like really tracking it. Because for most people, they keep lying to themselves. They keep convincing themselves that somehow, some way, they'll get themselves out of the situation that they're in that's making them not happy. And they forget that the way to do that is through accountability. But for most, they keep avoiding the accountability, which is the very thing they need to face in order to get themselves out of the situation that they might not like. And so to me, when I think about, accountability is not, I think what most people think about when they think about accountability is like somebody telling them what to do. That's, to me, is not what accountability is. Accountability is accepting your current reality for what it is. In real estate, it's like, well, how many transactions have you done this year? How much money have you earned this year? Like, let's look at that. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. It is what it is. I mean, you can't make it up. Let's stop lying. Let's stop telling people. Let's stop putting on this front that we're succeeding more than we are. Let's keep it real. Let's really be honest with where you're at. How many listing appointments have you gone on this month? Be honest. How much time did you spend looking for new business today? Be honest. What time did you wake up? Did you work out? What did you eat? How did you spend your money? To me, this is accountability, is answering a couple of key questions that identify your current reality. Most of the population, real estate or not, most of the population don't ask themselves those questions on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis, and avoid it completely because the reality of the matter is the answers to the questions are too painful. I mean, that's the truth. They don't want to admit to themselves or to their spouse or to a colleague or to a coach what they really did because their ego gets in the way of telling the truth. They want people to believe that they're doing things they're not because their ego won't allow them to be vulnerable and be transparent with what's actually happening, although that's the very thing we need to reach the levels of success I think most of you want. So as I leave you with this video, I think the way in which the relationship you have with accountability, I think what you'd find is the more success somebody has, I think if you pull back the curtain, you'll find that the levels of accountability they have are higher than those people that don't have the level of success that they want. And so therefore, your relationship and your mindset with accountability needs to alter, needs to change. The relationship and how you think about accountability should be something that you actually seek out, that you actually value versus something that you're avoiding.